Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Thursday the 19th of September. We've got some new mods and we've got some updates. The class Lexion 410-480 by Eid123, the class Convio Flex 1380 Custom by Han47. We've got the Euromach R155 Forester by ELmodding. That's in front of us. Now that's showing as an update. However, when this first released on console, I recall it coming out, and before I got a chance to implement it to show it, it got removed from the Modhub. So there is a changelog to it, but I've never reviewed it because it never sort of came out. So I'll be having a look at that. We've got the ACS Weight Pack by ELmodding and the E-Tunnel Double Straight Leg Arc by DD Mod Passion. They have all had updates. So I'm going to start with the Euromach R155 Forester. ELmodding, 37.71 megabytes download, 23 slots on console, and it comes with some attachments. I'm not going to lie, this is an odd one. It's a difficult one because unlike a map where you have required mods, sometimes you get a mod with required mods. But this mod requires the use of mods from other modders. So whilst we do have this attachment, it's like it's absorbing light. You can't see any detail in it. There's this one, and there's this one. These are rostrums. There's rostrum for log grab and rostrum for harvester header. And then we've got the bucket. Now what I have done, I've tried, as you can see here, a couple of attachments. That's a standard in-game, I say standard. That's from the Platinum expansion, wasn't it, I think. And we've got the mulcher as well, which is standard base game stuff. And there's a list of things it will work with, including a mulcher by Sept. We've got part of the Sept MBMS 150, the rotor tilt in the excavator tools pack, harvester head HR46 in the excavator Liebherr 902 pack, the logs grab super grip 520 in the lizard TF 840B pack. So all those extra things can be used with it. I'm just going to show you the mod as it is. Now, something else I'm going to point out at this juncture. This one I got to show off the mods. Now, I've only been using this for about 5 minutes. And look at it's like paint scratched and removed like I've been using it for about 10 years. And I thought, straight away I thought, hang on a minute, was it like that when I got it out? So I got another one. So the second one, no, it's immaculate. So that weathering, that damage has happened in literally 5 minutes. So although it's saying damage 1%, that needs to be tweaked, I would say. Again, just my opinion, I'm just showing you what's here. So the vehicle itself, you'll find under vehicles, under forestry machines, right there, 500,000 it costs. Not cheap. I have to say though, it's pretty good, all the movement it can do as well, which I'll show you momentarily. There's no options, you get it just like that. 142 horsepower, slot count of 23 comes down to 1. Then we come out of there and we go to tools, and we go down to our forestry equipment, and there we have the rostrum LF, the logs grab, the rostrum WHH, the wood harvester head, and then we've got the bucket. The bucket's 2,000 litre capacity, takes all those crop types. Now, like I said, with the extra mods that can be put in, these will attach to those. So there's a log grab, there's a harvester head. That's what those are for. There's no options on any of these. These were 2 slots, and 3 slots. As you can see, they come down to 1 from there. So we'll have a look at the vehicle first. I'll show you in this version. So this is how you get it. So we're on, at the moment, it says control group upper part. So we've got L1 and right stick up and down. Does that and that. It's fairly slow. Then we've got our rotation of our cab. There's a lot of twitching. Then R1 and right stick up and down. And right stick side to side. So we've got our extension and our raise and lower, like that. And L1, R1, and then we've got open crane tool, that adjusts the head, like that. So those are our motion parts. Now, if we then go to triangle and we go to lower parts, we've got L1, right stick up and down, does that. Right stick side to side, lowers it or raises it. So if you're doing work on a hillside, for example, you can have it like that, and you imagine the tilt on the hill. You can get your tilt so it's almost level. You've also got these things on the front which are quite curious. L1, R1, is that one? Yeah, so we got this like that, so that can dig into the ground, and you can adjust the height of that as well to give you more stability. Then R1 and right stick side to side, we've got movement on that, up like that, and we can bring our wheels in and out on that as well. Again, gives you more stability out wide. Now I don't think it's supposed to be driven along like this, because as you can see, it looks a little bit precarious. The wheels do this tilt thing when you turn them, but if you put it back into its original position, like that, it drives pretty much okay. So, horn, quite quiet. Beacons, lights, jump out of that one. Actually, know what we'll do? If we go over to this, which I don't need to go over there, do I? Let's go to upper parts. No, triangle, there we go. We're going to attach our bucket. It doesn't look like a 2,000 litre bucket, but apparently it is. So you've got all your crane movement, same as we've already seen. And then L1, R1, and we've got our open and close. We can adjust our bucket like that. And if you've gone for any of, or like I say, any of the additional mods by other modders, you can use the other two attachments. But what I was going to say was, like I say, just using this base game one, you have to bounce backwards and forwards a little bit. I don't know why, I just left it like that actually, probably shouldn't have done. Let's go to lower parts. Let's get up a little bit just so we can utilise it a little bit easier. There we go. So, all our crane movements, and this, like I say, it's just one of the grabs out of the forestry, but you have to keep pressing triangle to switch between the items, because L1, R1, I can do my adjustment like that, which is fine. There's no rotation other than this rotation, so you can't rotate the head itself, unless you're using, again, one of the additional mods, which can be obviously downloaded. But if I switch into the bucket, I can then open and close my grab, so it's a bit fiddly. But if I'm doing log work or whatever it might be I'm doing, whether I'm using the mulcher, whether I'm using a harvester head or something like that, and those other extensions that can also give you a bit more reach on it, well, there's plenty, I have to say, there's plenty of reach to go back to that. It's just a very curious thing. Interior like this. So it's just those two options. And then let's extend that right out. There we go. It's got a bit of reach on it. It's just very odd. Anyway, there you go. And that would be a case of going through pretty much every list the ones that are there, but you can probably try all sorts of stuff out and see if it'll work. It attached to this, no problem. It attached to the mulcher, no problem. Whether it's supposed to or not, whoa, that was weird, but it did. So, there you go. That's the Euromach R155 Forester by ELmodding, and that's an update. So, next we're going to start, well, we're going to start with the mods for today then. We've got the Palace in Lazniki. This by Michalek, wodeczka, I think it is. Farmhouse with sleep trigger and wardrobe trigger. It is 34.28 megabytes download, 10 slots, 80,000 to purchase. Nicely made, nicely detailed. Lots of detailing on this. You can't go inside the building itself, but our trigger is there for sleep, and then around the side is our wardrobe trigger. Build mode and farmhouses is where you'll find it. Just there, slot count comes down to 1. The Palace in Lazniki by Michalek, wodeczka. Next we've got this. This is the medium grain storage by, I think it's michalek. I think it's michalek. 7.75 megabytes download, 7 slots, 40,000 to buy. It comes just like this. There's no colour options. Again, I like the brickwork, and I like the fact it's random. You got the bricks facing one way and bricks facing the other. So you got the 3 and the 2s. It's not too formal, I think is the best way of putting it. There's no lighting inside the building. We do have a door this end, door that end, door at the side. This wall is fixed, can't be removed. I know some mods we get and you can add and remove walls. There's no lighting on the inside, but we do have a light switch on the outside which will turn those on. So the exterior lights over the doors. Close that off. Under build mode, under sheds, right there. Slot count comes down to 1. Like I said, no colour options for roof or anything like that. You get it just as it is. That's the medium grain storage by michalek. Next we have got this. This is the Weighingstation by Holden, HB Modding and Bördefarmer, I think it is. That's not bird, I think it's Börde, B-O-R-D-E, but it's got, is it umlauts above? Apologies if I'm saying that wrong. 2.65 megabytes download, 33 slots, 8,000 to purchase. The Weighingstation. It's got a nice decorative one. We do get a lot of Weighingsstations, and I don't often, I mean, I say don't often, I use them. You tend to drive over them a lot when you're going to biogas plants and stuff like that. But as far as they go, it's nice, and you've got a little bit of movement here on the plants as well, which I like. Just adds a bit of a dimensionality, I believe is the phrase. Build mode and tools is where you'll find this one. Just there, 8 grand, slot count comes down to 2. The Weighingstation by Holden, HB Modding and Bördefarmer. Next we have got, actually I'm going to go to these next and come back to that because I didn't put out a silage clamp, so I can use that. I'll show you that hopefully with some crops on the ground. So we're going to go to this next. This is the Grain Transshipment by GLmods, 2.91 megabytes download, 4 slots and 5 slots. We've got the Massey Ferguson 3012 and then we've got the Colossus 10,000, I think it is. So these are sugarcane trailers usually, but in this configuration they're found under auger wagons, and they will take all your usual auger wagon type crops. Now the picture on the mod shows the standard sugarcane version, which has a mesh on the sides on this one and this one, but because this will hold grains as well now, because it's technically an auger one, including silage and wood chips and all those kind of things. I say including, yeah, the auger ones don't usually, so the mesh has been removed. Something else to point out on this one, you can't interchange them in so much as each one does have a rear trailer hitch, but a Colossus needs to hook to a Colossus, the Massey Ferguson needs to hook to the Massey Ferguson. I got one of each out and I tried to hook them together to bring them out and it wouldn't let me, so that's something as well to be aware of. If we go up to our auger wagons, and you'll see the pictures there, the images show the mesh, so you can see the mesh. So those images have been taken from the sugarcane bit, but when you click on them, so that was 28,000 litres, that's 20,000 litres. Slot counts come down to 1 on each of these, from 4 and 5. So you can see now it's solid sided. We've got the option of Trailor Michelin, BKT, Weighingstation, back again. I think on each of them it's a standard and a wide. Yep. Rim colour. Anything on that palette? That's that one. Then the Colossus, and you can see the things it will do. So your regular auger wagons will usually do your main crop types, and they'll do seed and fertiliser. But these have got all forage crops on there as well. So you've got standard crop type, seed and fertiliser, then forage crops as in straw, hay, grass, silage, total mixed ration, wood chip, sugarcane. So they will switch over to do all sorts. Now this one we've got Trailor Michelin, BKT, Weighingstation just as the wide and back again. Each one has a standard and wide. Main colour does all that. Second colour does the one in the middle, like that. Then rim colour, like so. Now, the difference with these compared to normal ones, I think it says in the description, I think it's for people whose lives are really busy, if you've got a lot on and you haven't got time for all that pesky fiddling around to lift and lower your the sides of your trailers. Normally you press L1 and it's right stick up and down and right stick side to side. This one just has pipe out. So you haven't got a muck, and who's got time for all that nonsense when we can just go, you know, I hope this works now. I thought I was going to come up with a tip option, but that's interesting. There we go. So yeah, just press of a button. No messing around with any of this silliness or this daftness. What I'm going to do, drive over here as well so you can see the scales operating. We're utilising everything to show off everything else. Why not? There you go. So you can see the scales working as well. There, look. Lovely. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab the other one. As I said, you can hook these together. You don't have to. If you go to the back one, detach it. There we go. Detach that. Lovely. And what we'll do with this one, I hope this works. Unload here. Pipe in. Job done. So there we go. That's going to save you literally seconds. When you think add all those seconds up, it's a lot of time. Anyway, that's the grain transshipment by GLmods. Next, we're going to go back to this. So this is the Lizard Titan 19.5? It's actually 19,5. This is by Classic American Icons Modding and Balog 2003. 1.13 megabyte download, 2 slots on console, 6 meters wide, 3-point attachable. It's like a dozer blade. It's a leveler, normally for side clamps. Now this doesn't fold up, so it's 6 meters all the time. So you need plenty of space. The fact is, a 3-point mounted one, that's pretty cool. So if you like your leveling, I'm not a big fan, I've said that every single time I've done a leveler. But L1, right stick up and down, sorry, start the engine. Right stick up and down. This moves pretty quickly as well. It's no slouch. So our tilt up and down, you can raise and lower automatically, L1 and circle. But depending on what you're using, it will lift the front up because it's going right down to the ground. So you might then want to do a little bit of a tweak on it. So what I'm going to do, I was just going to see if it would push this stuff as well. There you go, look at that. No bother. So we can get that right to the floor. There we go. So it doesn't have to be silage and a silage clamp. So it probably would push snow as well. So leveler blade, 3-point mounted, the Lizard Titan 19.5 by hang on. What am I doing? I haven't shown you. Under levelers is where you'll find it. Out in the end, 5,300, that's all as well. And we can change the main colour to anything on that palette like that. So, 3-point link mounted, 6 meters, bit of a beast. Awesome. That's by Classic American Icons Modding and Balog 2003. Next, we've got another grain cart. This one's cool. I have to say, these are very cool today. This has got some real nice movement and animation and stuff on it. I liked this. This is the Lizard 875 grain cart by Casearias Modding, 15.42 megabytes download, 7 slots on console. Now it's often, again, we get auger wagons, we get trailers, we get stuff all the time, and you get an auger wagon pop up, it's like, okay, Lizard grain cart, okay. But again, you get the stuff out and you suddenly think, actually, this is really cool. There were some nice little bits to this as it was moving, a little bit of suspension movement, and I liked it. Well, I say I liked it. I like it. So this will also be found under auger wagons. Just there, 37,900. Now this is more of a true auger wagon in that it will do your main crop types, and it will then do seed and fertilizer. It doesn't do lots of other stuff as well. Stock count comes down to 1. We've got the option of Lizard, just that. We've got Michelin, has that and that. We've got Continental with those. We've got BKT, sorry, with just that. Midas had 4. Back to Lizard again. Decal style, so we start on 1, 2, 3. Back again. We've got attacher position, 1 and 2, so a little bit lower, a little bit higher. Main colour, anything on that palette. Design colour does the little strip just above there. And then rim colour starts on a beige. We've got a silver and we have a black as well. License plate option on there too. So, what this does also have, the engine on, cover open and close. Nice. And what I say, the suspension, you watch when I accelerate and look at that movement on the auger wagon. I like that. That's very cool. It's a small detail, but it really stands out. I like it. There's a lot of great detail on the front of it as well. I always do that decal test when you come up to it. You know, it's a nice mod. So, pipe out for our auger, like so. Those sound effects as well. Look. Nice. We have got adjustment on the pipe. That one, L1, R1 does that. R1 right stick up and down, or does the window. Which one was it? Oh, there you go, L1. Right stick up and down. So the nozzle on the top, we do have lighting on our pipe and on our nozzle too. So wherever the nozzle points, the light points, like that. Then we do also have tip side pipe, tip side grain door. So if we come over here, there you go, there's our tip side pipe. We then go to tip side grain door, about a pipeway. As far as I'm aware, as far as I'm aware, there's a grain door underneath. But nothing's coming up, so why? Unless that just does it slower? There's not a grain door to the side. I was going to say, it's interesting having that as an option, but nothing's coming up for the sell point. I wonder if it just tips slower on grain door. Unless that's just a remnant left over from a standard trailer. I guess we're about to find out, aren't we? Now that's interesting. It seems to be doing something, but nothing's... How weird. I've not got the option to come up to sell. It's not automatically unloading. I haven't got the option to unload. Oh yeah, there we go, unload here. Oh, you're kidding me. So why was it not coming up as a sell point? There you go, there's the grain door down the side there. Now it's coming up, brilliant. So it's right underneath there. So it didn't come up with the option to sell. I was going mad. There you go, there's your grain door. That little bit there. So you can do either. There you go. Like I say, I just liked that. I thought it was nice. Some nice details. I'll sweep that up later. Don't worry. That's the Lizard 875 grain cart by Casearias Modding. Next, we've got these. This is the Valzelli. The Valzelli Trailers Pack by Mirozed. This is 16.4 megabytes download, 7 slots each. We have got the Extreme 8. And we've got the 4. The capacities on these are absolutely nuts as well. So, anyway, yeah, they look very cool. There's loads of detail on them as well. They take pretty much anything in any configuration. I think that one's 68,000 litres, this one. Bonkers. So, under trailers. So there we go. We've got the 4X just there, 40 grand. The Extreme 8, 29 grand. I can't get over the prices of them, considering the capacities. That's bonkers. It will go up, obviously, because there's different capacities. So we start off 40,000 litres for 41 grand. That's not too bad. Almost a grand for 1,000 litres. Nice. We then got 53,000 litres. We got 55,000 litres and 68,000 litres. But even the 68,000 litre one is only 45,600. And that, like I said, that takes everything. We've then got the option of Trelleborg, BKT, Nokian, Weighingstation, Michelin, back to Trelleborg. No options within those. We've got Bull decals 2019, Bull colourable decal. So we go down to the third, so not main colour, the second of the decals colours. If you've gone for the one with colourable decals, you can change the decal with that option. We go back up, you've then got the flag and decals 2019, flag and decals colourable. Back to Bull. Main colour, anything on that palette. Doesn't matter really. That design colour does the top section. So if you've got an extension, you can change the extension colour. Then rim colour, again, anything on that palette. It's a matte black, which is quite nice. And then yeah, pick and choose, mix and match, up to you. That's that one. So that goes up to 68,000 litres. And then this one, the Extreme 8. One's 4 axle. This is 3 axle. 30,000 litres. 42, 44, 57. 57,000 litres for 34 grand. Nuts. Same options on our tyres. Same options with the decals. Same options with the colours. And license plate option on there too. So, what's interesting with these, as they loaded up, was how much the suspension dropped. So this is the 8 in its smallest configuration, 30,000 litres. And you'll see as we unload how much the suspension lifts. There's a nice bit of movement on all this. There's no cover on it. You watch the difference between the trailer and the wheel arches. Look at that. And the whole thing's lifting up and away now. And you'll see when it comes to rest just how much weight that whole thing had absorbed. That's its normal resting position. Craziness. So L1, right stick up and down. We've got slight adjustment here. It takes a bit of time. You see the raising and lowering there? It's quite slow, but you have got some adjustment to balance it out depending on what you're towing it with, so you keep all 3 axles on the ground. Got your unload here, tip side back, tip side grain door. The other one, oh, I'm going to get around there. Ooh. Other one is the same. I honestly can't go over the prices of these. 68,000 litres. And to be fair, these pull them quite well. So that one at the moment, I think our front axle seems a little bit high. There we go, lower that down just a little bit and we kind of level it a little bit better. Stops the front of the tractor coming off the ground or anything like that. I mean, it feels heavy. You can tell you've got a lot of weight in there. You don't want to corner too fast on this as well, because you've got a bit of movement there. But very nice trailers. Whoa, nice detail on the back. Switch that to grain door. There we go. There we go. That's the Valzelli trailers pack by Mirozed. I'll leave that to unload. Nice sound effects. Not one you're going to use in a low roofed building, I would say that. Your sell point needs to be pretty tall. Pretty tall, but awesome bit of kit. Next, we have got the Huerlimann H488 by Onur Emre. Sorry, that was by Mirozed. I've said that about 2 or 3 times, but yeah, okay. By Onur Emre, the Huerlimann H488, 7.3 megabytes download, 9 slots on console. This you will find under small tractors, right on the end, 45 grand, 90 horsepower, that remains the same. We have got Trelleborg or BKT. BKT looks like that. Trelleborg, we've got standard, standard 2, narrow, back again. We've then got beacons, no, yes, so I think we run through 4 different options. 2, 3, back off again, so yes is 1, then 2, 3, yeah, there we go. Got warning signs, yes or no. We've got window tint, dark, standard. We've got main colour, anything on that palette, so if you want your Huerlimann looking a bit fancy, rather than the standard Huerlimann, what's that, khaki? I suppose it's khaki, green. Then we've got rim colour, anything on that palette. We start with a grey, there is a black, and then again, anything you want to pick and choose. License plate option on there too. There's no doors or windows that open and close on this one. We do have unfold tractor. If you've gone for the warning symbols, unfold tractor will fold and unfold those. If you're in for beacons, depending on which ones you've gone for, but beacons on top, horn, lights, it's not too noisy, not too bad, is it? Interior, the glass is a little bit misty. You can still see what you're doing. There you go. Not too expensive, 90 horsepower. That's the Hyman H488 by Onur Emre. Which brings us to the last of Mods 14. This is a cool one as well. This has got some interesting features to it. And it's this. This is the Stara Imperador 3.0 2018. This is by GLmodding. 44.71 megabytes download, 24 slots on console. We do have a map out today, but I'm not going to be able to get that onto that until tomorrow. Mods didn't drop till nearly 6 o'clock tonight. It's now 7:30, and I've got to edit and then get it all uploaded and whatnot. So it's Huerlimann by Bördefarmer. I'll get onto that tomorrow. So the Stara Imperador by GLmodding is this. Really intricate detailing, loads going on here. And as you can see, comical tyres. Wheels, conical. I know they're conical. I've said that before and people get very annoyed with me. But the conicals, this will do fertiliser and spray, so liquid fertiliser or herbicide, it's up to you. 27 metre boom width. The boom comes out from the middle section, the midriff. This has got a brilliant feature which I want to see on more vehicles. You'll see in a moment. So, tell what we have got as well. Tell what we have got as well. We have got a UJ on there and a Brazilian flag. You've got options to pick and choose. But if we go to our vehicles and crop protection, just there, 195 grand for the base model. So not too expensive either when you consider the company it's keeping. Slot count comes down to 1. So we've got the 3.0 and then we've got the chip tune. So 223 horsepower, 280. If you want to be doing that drag racing up the strip. We have got Trailor Michelin, BKT, Weighingstation, Lizard, back to Trelleborg. Now this is weird. We've got narrow with destruction. Now as far as I was aware, you have narrows to avoid destruction, but anyway, with destruction. Okay. Michelin. Oh, this one. This one was the one that got me a bit puzzled. Narrow tyres, narrow with destruction, narrow 2. Nothing changed. Between narrow with destruction and narrow 2, there's no tyre change. Nothing seemed visually to change. That was the one I was thinking of. When you're going back to the other one. BKT, just that. Weighingstation, just that. Lizard, narrow rice tyres with destruction. Conicals with destruction. Back to rice tyres. So I went with those. I'm going to leave it on this because of the options. So you've got stickers, original, or you've got the black edition. Fancy. Then you've got flags, right flag, and then we've got a left flag. And then we can run through, there's a whole load of Brazilian ones. Then we've got, where we go? Argentina, Uruguay, Paraguay, USA, France, UK, Portugal, Germany, agriculture, and then back. So you can mix and match those, or have none at all, it's up to you. You've got antenna, so you've got without, you've got a chrome antenna, black antenna, small chrome antenna, small black antenna, and off again. Small rear lights, and this is on the back. Those strips of lights we often get on South American vehicles. Red, blue, green, yellow or none. Window film, so again tint if you want. Like that. Rim colour, so again if you've gone for the conicals you wouldn't have the option for the rim colour, but there you go. You can change the rim colour and a license plate option on there too. So let's come out of there, hop in, start it up. So, L1, an open cover. Now what I did find, I could put the fertiliser in from a buy anything silo, no problem at all. So when we open cover it does that. But the spray inside the liquid I couldn't get that to come out of a buy anything silo. I had to get IBCs to fill that up. We've then got change our width. So our track, L1 and right stick side to side. Getting nice sound effects on that. Don't have, it's just front steer. We can change our width as you can often do with sprayers and stuff like that, but what I do like, you see the aerial, little whip aerial going there, look, happy days, is the cameras. So internal, and then this, a reverse camera. That's brilliant, and I'm not saying this is the only mod that's ever had it. I like that. That's cool. Every tractor should have it. We need more reverse cameras. Lights, beacons, beacon, horn, Interior, as we've seen, looks like this. Now we do also have, what was it under? It was R1 and right stick up and down. There we go. We can change our screen like that. Then L1, R1 and right left stick. We can turn a little side light. Look, cab light, and change our screen. That's pretty nifty. So as well as the reverse camera, what we should have, let's close the cover, is if I turn this on now, it should do the fertiliser. Then we'll open the boom up. There we go. So that will spread your standard fertiliser out of the back tank. So it'll run like that. So you might want to fertilise them. You might have to go off and do some herbiciding or something like that, or well, it's up to you. Let's open this boom up. Nice animation on the boom. It's what I do like as well. When the boom opens up, it's got the sensors on it. So it's got ground sensors. So if you do get a bit of elevation change, I think in the real world, see the things hanging down? If they hit the ground, that automatically adjusts the boom so you don't smack it into anything. So once it's extended, L1 and right stick up and down, we can raise and lower the boom. So we can bring it down, we can bring it up. All up like that. So those would run on the ground, and like I say, if they hit the ground, usually I think they would adjust, but I like that, that's pretty cool. Turn it on now. Centre out. Centre out. So as the spray would work, because it's being pumped from the middle out to the wings. There you go. It's very cool. I like that. Nice bit of bounce, nice bit of movement. Does the job. Fertiliser, liquid fertiliser or herbicide, all rolled in. That's the Stara Imperiador 3.0 2018 by GLmodding. That's it for the mods for Thursday the 19th of September. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.